had really built up my courage to do this. So nobody's gonna do your push-ups for you, and discipline is certainly a skill. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this video. I'm Jordan Ray. We are doing a day in the life, but I'm also going to take moments to fill you in on why I lean into discipline and routines. I'm hoping that there will be a few things that may inspire you to take on certain mindsets of your own, to change certain lifestyle habits or routines, to upgrade, wherever you need to be upgraded at, and to start as soon as you can, like as soon as you have the bandwidth. I wanted to do a fuse between a day in the life, just a vlog style, because I really like my vlog content personally, and me having these little sit downs with you in between, because I didn't want to just get on camera necessarily and do a direct to cam, like I'm talking at you, like, hey y'all, I have a list of things that will change your life, will level you up, will, make you unrecognizable. That's not really my approach, even though I see that working for a lot of people. Maybe I should try that, because I'll have a viral video if I do it that way. But y'all, I'm a real person. I want to take you through my day and show you like exactly what I'll be getting into, how long this day is about to be, because I have schoolwork, client work. I have my first test for school that I'm going to try to take later. And there's just a lot going on. Okay, so one thing I'll share about myself and my background, my story. I know anyone who follows me on YouTube over the last year and a half that I've been on YouTube, probably most of y'all, 98% of y'all just met me and you don't know my background. So I am originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma. You will see me doing vlogs when I travel to Tulsa for this holiday season, later on for Christmas. I'm originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I live in New Orleans, and I've lived in 2 other cities in Louisiana. I've been in Louisiana for 15 years now, almost 15 years. I've been in New Orleans for 10. So you could say that this is, like home to me, but I have no family here. None. I have a lot of friends. My friend group and my professional group is pretty extensive here, but I don't have any relatives nearby within driving distance at all. And my closest friends are nowhere nearby. Like, they live in the Houston area, they live in central Louisiana, they live in Tulsa, back home, Atlanta, like they're all over the place, to be honest with you. So that might be some of the reason why you see a lot of my vlog content and I am alone, or it's me and I'm with Rashad, or I'm just kind of going through my daily life. I'm not going to a lot of events. I'm not really going out like that. I'm 34 and my days going out and being in the streets is really it's over. I have been in the streets before. I've done all of that. I've been, going out and drunk on the weekends and hopping from this bar to this bar, going to this brunch. I'm just not, I can't keep up anymore. Literally my health, my mind, my mental clarity, my body, it can't do it no more. I moved to Louisiana originally to play college basketball. Yes, I played college basketball. Division I, really good program, situation, whatever. But I went to junior college first. So if you know anything about sports, I went to junior college first in Kansas to play. I started my college basketball career and my student athlete career in Kansas for 2 years out of junior college. Shout out to Independence. That's where I went. It was kind of rough. I ain't gonna lie. Knowing what I know now, it was really rough. Fast forward, I went to McNeese State in Louisiana. This is where I finished my collegiate career. I played there for 2 years, graduated with a bachelor's in science, psychology, bachelor's in science. And then in junior college, I graduated with an associate's of science. So biology, psychology, those are my academic backgrounds. I went on to then coach in college. I coached for 3 years at the college level, Division I level, as a women's basketball coach. And I also coached at my high school in Tulsa, Oklahoma for a year, right after college. So I had a 4-year coaching career. I decided that wasn't for me. I quit coaching once I moved to New Orleans. I was coaching at the University of New Orleans before I coached at the University of Louisiana in Lafayette. Yeah, I have had like 5, 9, 10 different lives. I promise you. I get that all the time. So I moved to New Orleans, finished coaching. I'm like, this isn't for me. I want to find a career that's a little bit more creative and like individual, so on and so forth. So I had always had an inkling to do hair. So I go to cosmetology school. I graduate from a VEDA here in New Orleans, and I get an opportunity to work at a barbershop downtown New Orleans, and that's what I did. So I bartended to put myself through school. I begged someone to give me a job. I could make a whole video on just my career changes, but that was about in 2015 when I quit coaching, went to cosmetology school. I finished in 2016, started working at the barbershop. I was working there for like 2 years. And then I started my company, Rare Label, that I still run to this day in late 2018. But really, I went full time with it in the spring of 2019. Been working for myself ever since. Went through the pandemic. That was insane as a business owner. I know it was insane for a lot of us, but as a first year business owner, lost a lot of money. It was like in just 2019-20 was dark times, like dark times. That's when I started to take the cold rinse. So if you've been around and you watched some of my like morning routine videos, I always take a cold rinse almost every single morning, every single weekday morning. I am probably taking a cold rinse. I did it this morning. It helps me wake up. It helps equip me with mental toughness and any resilience that I might need to have throughout the day. But it's also got like physiological benefits, just blood circulation, muscle recovery, right? I do work out, so on and so forth. So all of that being said, I've had several careers. I have been labeled as a Jill of all trades or whatever, but I do feel like I have a lot of experience in a lot of things, and I know a little bit about a lot, which I think is an advantage sometimes. Sometimes it could be a disadvantage. And right now I'm currently in school to be a nutritional therapist. So I am combining my love for science, my love for fitness, my love for, activity and athletics, my love for coaching and like therapy and life improvement all into one as a nutritional therapist. And I'm really, really excited for that. So we're going to do some studying right now because I actually have a lecture at 11 and I've dedicated like this entire day. It's a Thursday to study, prepare for an exam. I have my first assessment for the course. We've been in class now for about 6 weeks or so. And my first assessment is due on Sunday. And my goal is to go ahead and take it today and knock it out. So I'm probably not going to take it until later today. It's going to be a very long day because I still need to get some work done, right, for a client. So we'll have that session this afternoon. Let me get into this thing because I need to focus up. I'm going to catch a couple more angles on the camera so you can see me studying. And I'll just continue to check in throughout the day to let you know what's made me me, to fill you in on why I lean into my routines so much, why I stay out of the mist. I limit distractions, some of the mindsets that I've had, some of the things I've had to overcome, and hopefully it will help you along your journey. But thank you for being here. All right, y'all, it's 9:08. I gotta study. I'm now fixing myself a little breakfast. So I'm feeling that I'm prepared to take the test later. I just hope that I don't derail my day and I stay on track and I pace myself out and I maintain my energy so I can take that test tonight around 8 o'clock before I call it a night. So I'm about to plate my food, blend my smoothie. I have some chicken sausage with a little Greek yogurt for some added protein. While I'm plating this, I do want to share with you a mindset that I came into when I started to vlog. So I decided at the end of 2022, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this. Was it 2022? Yeah. And I kind of, piddled around and like uploaded a few videos. They were really bad. They're still up if you want to go watch them. But I knew that I wanted to be able to build community on YouTube, and I wanted to share the things that have worked and not worked for me throughout my life. And, I'm in my 30s and so on and so forth, but I wanted to share that beyond Instagram. So I decided on YouTube, and I get compliments all the time. Like, I love your channel. And I appreciate that so much. That means the absolute world because I am nervous when I get on camera. Sometimes I don't always know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know if I'm going to have the energy later on to go and spend hours editing. It is starting a YouTube channel and being consistent with YouTube is a process. And it especially was for me because I don't like talking on camera. I didn't know how to work the camera. I did not know how to edit. I cannot emphasize to you enough. I didn't know anything about any of this. The equipment, the audio, the lighting, the transitions, the thumbnails, whatever. And even though I haven't had a viral moment yet on YouTube, I'm very happy with the community that I've built. So thank you for being here. This is so amazing to me. But I had to get out of the mindset that I was a beginner. I had to respect that though and compartmentalize that. But I needed to start telling myself, Jordan, you are a YouTuber. You're a YouTuber or you're a vlogger. I had to get very specific with the title that I was giving myself so I could identify with that. And the moment I started to make that change just in my self-talk, I was able to show up on camera a bit better, and I was able to think through exactly what story I wanted to tell for that particular video and what shots I might need to get, what B-roll that I might need to get, what points that I might need to make, certain things I need to show, what the thumbnail is going to be like. So now I'm at the point where I can visualize my thumbnail before I even go to record, which is huge. Like if you're into the YouTube strategy thing, this might resonate with you, but thumbnails, if nobody clicks on your thumbnail, like nobody's watching the video. So I saw that to say, I had to literally tell myself, Jordan, you're a YouTuber. Carry yourself like you're a YouTuber. Walk around like you're a YouTuber. Jordan, you vlog. You are a woman that vlogs her life. You're a woman who shares content, vlog content to share with other women, and they might resonate. Like, I don't know if people will resonate, but they might. And there's a lot of similarities and a lot of commonalities that we all just have, and it's working out and I'm enjoying it. So that mindset shift, whatever it is you're trying to become, whatever it is you're trying to do, go ahead and give yourself that title. You ain't really got to tell everybody else. But as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and I monetized my channel, I really was like, oh yeah, like I'm an aspiring YouTuber for real. I would start, like, I have had introductions with moments where I've met people and I've told them I'm a co-founder of a creative agency and I'm an aspiring YouTuber. I'm also in school for nutritional therapy because I'm going to be a nutritional therapist. So whatever that is for you, it might be, I am a person who eats healthy. I'm a person who doesn't need to rely on adult beverages to deal with stress. You might have to share with yourself every morning when you go to the gym or in the evenings before you go to the gym. Like, I'm a girl who goes to the gym. I'm a gym girly. If any of my guys are watching, same thing for y'all. Like, you gotta own that title before it becomes a reality. It's manifestation, all of these things. Like, what I'm saying is not new, just hopefully I'm saying it in a way that makes sense. All right, I'm about to log into the class because it is 11:01 and watch, they already gonna be deep in conversation about something. I'm like, y'all be starting early or something? Because I am missing information and it's just now 11:01. So
next Friday, that will be that 5 p.m. due date. So you'll already be into the first week of Unit 2 with nutrient-dense diet, but that is when your basics of nutrition assignment is due. Make sure you submit.
They full on in conversation and I'm telling y'all, it is 11:01.
Over the last 2 months. So if you do have questions, please make sure you use the Q&A.
All right, sweet potato bowl. My green smoothie with hemp seed. I make the same breakfast every day. I don't even have to think about it anymore. It's 2:30. After my lecture, I decided to go ahead and take the assessment that I've been talking about because I have been studying. I started studying a couple days ago. I was studying last night. I woke up this morning before I started to vlog and I was reading information, and then I spent the first couple hours of the day again in just preparation for this test. So I was like, let me knock this out because I don't want to be sitting here thinking all day about this and I don't know that I'm going to perform on it any better later this evening. So let me just take care of it now. So I took the test. It took me about an hour. It was like a 30-point thing, the way they had it. I don't know, the way they had the points set up. It was 30 points and I got 28 out of 30. I missed a question on protein, which kind of surprised me. I'm going to go back and look at it so I know why I got that question wrong. But that's out the way. That's my first test in the course, so I didn't know what to expect. I'm about to head now to go get lunch. I'm just going to pick up something real quick from this little spot like right across the street. So we have a couple hours between now and when I'm going to go work out. I have a lower body day. I have recently moved my lower body days to the evening. I'm able to do that with my schedule, which has helped tremendously because I was just so depleted if I was doing like a heavy lift in the morning and then trying to do my whole work day. So I will say that I have not been outside today. That's one of my routines. I always go outside in the morning, but it was really rainy, gloomy, just wet outside. So I couldn't go out this morning. It has cleared up a little bit. So we're going to go outside for just a little bit. It's still cloudy. In the meantime, I do want to leave you with this food for thought because I'm going to go get lunch. So no pun intended, but absolutely pun intended. One of the things that I've really focused on this year, all of 2024, was nutrition and figuring out how to sustain my energy, but also figuring out what were non-negotiables in my diet and what were the things that I wanted to eliminate out of my diet, like for real. I actually did an elimination diet. If you're familiar with what that is, you take a whole bunch of stuff out of your diet. It's extremely hard. Really wouldn't recommend that, but I had built up my what's the word I'm looking for? I had built up my courage. I had really built up my courage to do this. So I did that in April. I really started to cook a lot more at the top of this year, just getting more comfortable in the kitchen and almost forcing myself to think about food and my relationship with food as being something that is just a basic survival need. Like I just needed to tap back into how I wanted to fuel myself. And it's so individual to all of us. I had a really hard time with how am I going to spend more hours in the kitchen that I do not have because my schedule is already busy. But I decided to not make an excuse and to do it. So I started to figure out how I was going to plan my meals a few days at a time at first. And then I started to plan like for the full week at a time. I started to figure out how I was going to approach breakfast, lunch and dinner separately. Like I didn't do all of this stuff at once. I think it's really tough for us when we expect ourselves to just like, well, I'm going to just start next month or on the 1st or on Monday and I'm just going to get it right. That's not how it works. Like take it a day at a time, take it a meal at a time, take it one piece of the meal at a time, like one ingredient at a time so you can build that muscle up. And then later on, like I'm now months down the road of doing this and I know already what's for dinner tonight. I planned that last Friday. You know what I'm saying? I already know what we have in the kitchen. Like I don't have to guess what we have and what we don't have. So when I do get hungry, I know what I'm going to eat. Like I don't have to think about it. And someone who like I work for myself, my brain is I have 1,000 tabs open, just like anybody at any given time. Having comfort in knowing that I know what I'm going to eat, like I always know what the next meal is such a blessing. But it was a lot of work that I put into understanding what meal prep and meal planning looks like for me, because meal prep and meal plan are like two different things. So I say all that to say, because I'm about to go get my food for real, think about what your non-negotiables are in your diet. I would leave you with these two things. What are your non-negotiables? Like for me, I need to hit a certain protein goal because I'm in the gym, I'm strength training. I am building my body muscles. I am going for a bit of a different composition, like a body physique than I've ever had. You know, I'm a big age. So that's like a non-negotiable for me is protein. And how can I work in good sources of protein and not just rely all on protein shakes and smoothies and ready to go and ready to drink protein stuff with all these other ingredients in it. Let me figure out what does that cost. Protein is a thing for me for sure. And then also this like whole sugar caffeine thing. So I'm going to group that in a category together because we get a lot of our sugar and caffeine through drinks, you know, honestly. So I have eliminated coffee out of my diet. When I do go have a coffee, it's every once in a while here and there. I might have a coffee twice a month and it's a special experience. I'll go to a cafe, I'll sit, I'll try something new on the menu and enjoy that moment. But I'm not drinking coffee every day. I'm not relying on caffeine to get me through my day. I'm relying on my routines, my nutrition, my food, and my sleep to sustain my energy, not caffeine. Because I can't do these like ups and downs where I have a lot of energy or I'm jittery and then I crash. Like the work that I do I can't sustain like that. And I don't think that that's good for it's not good for our body in general. It's not good for our mind. And sugar is a big no-no. If you have been around here, you know that I basically do not buy sugar for our house. And if I eat sugar, it's a very special occasion, and it's because I'm celebrating a birthday or it's just an important moment. Like I might have sugar or dessert when we go out to a restaurant, maybe once a month, where I'm like, yeah, I want a piece of carrot cake. Really don't care where it came from. I don't care if it's got white sugar in it or not. I want carrot cake. But I'm not doing sugar on a daily basis. Sugar is hidden everywhere. It's hidden in our ketchup. It's hidden in spaghetti sauces. It's hidden in all kinds of like packaged foods. Like it's everywhere, and there's no nutritional value in sugar. So that had to go, because why am I doing all of this? And it has nothing but like a negative effect on our bodies and our brains. So think about that for yourself. It definitely takes time. Give yourself grace and all of the space, because you're not going to figure it out overnight. If you need to get some help, I can probably help you a little bit more on a day-to-day basis if you follow me over on Instagram or the Fine Diet Instagram channel. That's where a lot of that stuff is going down. I'm sharing more bite-sized snippet information in those places more often than like the weekly vlog. Okay, let me go get this lunch. We've officially entered the evening hours, 4:35. About to go to the gym real quick. I have some chicken that's gonna marinate so I can throw it on the grill whenever I get back. Rashad, you need some? I'm gonna eat a few of these salmon bites before I go get the lift on. Little snack. Like I said earlier this morning, I'm not really a fan of like talking at people. That's not how I want my delivery to be. So as I'm going through this video today, I'm thinking each time I pause and I talk to the camera, I'm thinking about what's another snippet that I apply to my daily life that I can pass on. Because I think that if I put together a video and it's all polished and it's edited, you don't get a feel for what my life is like really like, or if I'm just putting on a show or whatever. You don't know. Sometimes I am putting on a show. But if you ask a question, I will answer, because I do really want you to know what it's really like, maybe like what I'm really dealing with. I just don't want to feel like I'm complaining. I don't want to feel like I am just putting all my business out there if I don't have someone out there who is asking for a specific experience that I have and I share it, right? Anyways, I have this concept that I think about a lot. It is that no one is going to do your push-ups for you. So if you have something that you want to achieve, or you are trying to work towards something, you do not know something, you're trying to learn something, you're trying to gain a skill, you want to, just make a change, no one is going to do your push-ups for you. So you have to learn how to do whatever it is. You can't wait on an outside factor like extrinsic motivation. You have to figure out how to be intrinsically motivated day in and day out. That takes a lot of, I think, reading and research, a lot of alone time, maybe, solitude and silence. Like, don't be afraid to sit by yourself or go off the grid. I don't mean like take a social media break and all of that stuff. Like, side note, I really don't like when people are like taking a break from social media. Like, just take a break. Like, you don't have to tell us. But don't be afraid to just sit with yourself and figure out what you need, because all of these distractions in the world will pull us in so many different ways. And that ain't what's up. So nobody's gonna do your push-ups for you. And discipline is certainly a skill. It's not just something that some people have and some people don't have. You can acquire your own discipline. It looks very different for everybody, depending on, your lifestyle, your responsibilities, so on and so forth. Your living situation, it certainly looks different, but you got to kind of, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. And I think that that's a concept that when I'm starting to feel like I'm slacking, I try to grab hold of that when I can. No one is going to do my push-ups for me. Workout was not good at all. I pulled my little quad or something's going on. So, showing my age. About to be in this meeting with Rashad for a little bit while I'm cooking dinner. so you can sit in on our meeting. Hey. All right. What you got?
So what I was going to share with you is on sale is either 18th or 20th. I think it should be 18th that Monday. Because we're not
right, but the first ship date is
the 20th.
Yeah, right. Shipping begins on the 20th.
Right. Order now. They click pre-order when they see it in their cart. It says like what the shipping date is.
The 20th. Yeah.
Yeah, and all of that stuff. That's the technology I needed to really work out and understand.
Yeah.
Also, especially when we're running a specific promotion. So like you saw on the other page, right?
We went for a walk, came back, watched a little bit of Game of Thrones. I have been making my way through the entire series for about 3 months now. It's really good. I enjoy it, but it's a lot. It's a commitment to watch that show from the top down. Whew, it's a lot of violence. Anyway, I took a shower. I look crazy. I don't really like to be on the camera like this. Not for y'all. I don't really care that y'all see how I look right now when I'm dog tired, because I really am tired. I had the longest day. I've been more tired than this. Let me not even exaggerate. But I'm pretty tired. I put in a lot of good work this week, a lot of high level work, schoolwork, worked out, cooked dinner, just like all of the professional and domestic and personal things that I have to do. And I'm tired. I don't care how y'all see me. I care about when I go back and I'm editing this video and I gotta look at myself looking like this. I don't like that. I do want to leave our conversation with this, though. I got a few things. I will say that every night before I go to sleep, I try to make sure I do 2 things. It's not always perfect, but the first thing is that I visualize, or I make sure I understand what tomorrow looks like. And I try to find the thing that will motivate me the most, so I can spend a few moments just kind of preparing and giving that thing gratitude even before it happens. So I wake up the next day and that's what I have to look forward to. So for instance, tomorrow in particular, I have an interview with ClickUp, which is the project management software that we've been using for the agency Rare Label forever. And I'm really excited to be on their radar as someone who uses the software and possibly talking about how to create content with them in the future, so on and so forth. So I know that that's happening tomorrow. Obviously, I'm going to get dressed. It's a Zoom interview situation, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to it just being Friday and getting into the weekend, but I want to make sure that I'm maximizing my day and I'm productive. I've mentioned a few times, like, since I work for myself, like, I have the responsibility of putting my schedule together. And if I don't have some sort of structure to everything, then it's just hard for me to commit to clients, or it's hard for me to understand when my deadlines are. Like, I have to give myself all of those parameters. So what I try to do, and I usually have my entire calendar in Google Calendar. So I'll show you, like, for instance, what today looked like. You can see my time blocks. You can see that I have set time to record this vlog. I had several blocks of time for my schoolwork. I knew lunch was happening. I had a client session and, our dinner and walk in the evenings. It's somewhat the same thing when I scroll over to tomorrow. So I have things color coded. This is my interview right here with ClickUp. And then I'll probably stick around at Common House and eat lunch later. So what I'm trying to say is, let me just get to the point. If you keep a digital calendar, it would be a great time to just peek at that in the evenings, whenever's best for you. Like, it could be right before bed, but maybe not, maybe like before dinner, because I don't want that to cause anxiety for you. But knowing, like, what do I have to look forward to tomorrow? What is like a non-negotiable that I have to get done? Something that's going to move the needle in my life or for my business or for my family. Think about it through that lens. Especially if you're having trouble in the mornings, like getting up and out of bed, and you're trying to find that purpose. I have been there before. And if you're trying to find what's going to excite me when I get out of bed in the morning, you got to put some work in. It may not happen overnight. It's got to become a practice. So think about it like that. Let me know what you think about that. The other thing is sleep meditation. has helped me disconnect from my day. You know how our mind kind of just keeps running and we want to scroll, or we have ideas, or we end up getting a second wind in the evenings. I don't know. I'll be tired, but I still have this, like, my consciousness won't let me all the way fall asleep when Rashad doesn't come to sleep with me. And I know that sounds like super codependent. It is not like that for real. I just feel like I sent someone else in the house that's moving around, even though I'm trying to go to sleep. So that sometimes gets a little bit challenging for me. And I can totally go to sleep without him, but I've had to find ways to kind of leave him where he's at, because I go to bed earlier than him. And for me to get into my own space, calm myself down, get into sleep as quickly as possible, because when he comes to bed, I wake up, in the middle of the night. And then that is also just an adjustment. So I try to work through that. If if you're a mom and you dealing with little kids and the sleep schedules are all over the place right now, just like fast forward, because I don't have kids, so I'm not able to relate, to those kinds of wake ups throughout the night, like those unpredictable middle of the night situations. So what I'll do is, you'll see on my home screen widget, I have the Open app that'll be linked in my description. This is my favorite app of all time. I can just press right on this and it's going to start me a sleep meditation.
Let's take a few moments to rest the body, rest the mind. You can lay down if that feels comfortable for you, or you can sit in a comfortable position.
I'll turn that on, and 5 minutes into this, I'm gonna be knocked out. It took me a while to get used to it though. It was a practice. I had to get used to turning it on. I had to get comfortable with listening to that in the evenings. And then it became something that now I look forward to. And I somewhat really lean on my sleep meditations to move me out of the day that I just had and into a great night's rest, so I can have an exceptional day the next day. I can be fully prepared, rested, and settled, like that Zen energy that I try to always keep nearby. So yeah, I'll say that sleep meditation, get on the Open app. If you are not on the Open app and maybe you're not really like a meditation type of person, but maybe you like to do breath work, or you want to explore that, or the opposite, like you're not a breathwork person, but you are actually interested in meditation, particularly sleep meditation. I feel like that's such a different style than meditating in the morning. Like when I wake up in the morning, my mind sometimes is just going. Like I had to train my mind to not be on go so quickly in the morning. But with sleep meditation, I think you have a little bit more time you're already winding down. So why don't you just do a meditation that is relaxing? Last but not least, get you a book to read. The one I'm reading right now is The Girl on the Train. It's some sort of like murder, thriller, mystery, love triangle, something like that. It's pretty good though. I am 70% of the way through, as you can see on my Libby app. Sometimes I'll go into Spotify and I'll go ahead and turn on some jazz or some dark academia classical. And this playlist, while you read a novel, top tier. Well, I just laid it out. I hope that was cohesive, because my brain is slowing down. It is like, girl, wrap this vlog up and get into your sleep meditation and rest. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this vlog. Thank you for putting in a request for me to share what keeps me going, what keeps me disciplined, motivated, how I stay locked in. Again, nobody's going to do your push-ups for you. You are going to have to make some diet and lifestyle changes at some point. We are not getting any younger. You can utilize and lean into certain practices, mindsets, take on the title. Remember that? That's one of my favorite ones. Like, take on the title of the thing that you are trying to work towards. Okay. So whatever that is, you are a such and such. You are a this. You're a person that does that. And keep that in the back of your mind until it becomes second nature, until all of this becomes second nature. Because remember, discipline is a skill. It is absolutely something that any of us can acquire. We just got to give ourselves space and grace. Okay, I think that that's a pretty good recap. Good night.